So in this video, I'm going to provide a step-by-step walkthrough as well as a full cheat sheet for how to get approved for A2P 10DLC using GoHighLevel. So if you're not familiar with what A2P 10DLC is, in order for you to send any sort of text message marketing to leads or customers, you have to be A2P 10DLC compliant. Now, this can be kind of a pain if you don't know what you're doing, but in the past week, I have approved 5 clients on the first try, and I figured out some things that were causing the A2P to not get approved. And so this is an updated tutorial, fresh for 2024, on how you can get your sub accounts approved for A2P 10DLC. So I'm also going to provide a free snapshot to make this way easier for you guys. So all that stuff will be linked below. But this video is going to walk you through how to actually do this. So the first step is to install the free snapshot. So that'll be down below, and that's just going to make this process way easier for you. Now, once you install that free snapshot into your GoHighLevel account, you're going to see a few components that make up the snapshot. So the first one is going to be an A2P compliant funnel. So if you are running any sort of paid advertisements, this is the bare bones minimum that you're going to need to make sure that your A2P gets approved on the first try. So this is going to be free in the snapshot, and I'm going to show you how to, get everything hooked up in this video, but you're going to see this as, one piece of the snapshot, and it's basically just a simple 2-step funnel, and it includes a privacy policy as well as terms and conditions. So you're going to see an A2P compliant funnel when you install the snapshot, and you're also going to see an A2P survey. So this is basically just first name, last name, email, and phone, and the terms and conditions that you're going to need in order for you to get approved on the first try. And then you're also going to get a custom value. So if we go into the back end of HighLevel, you're going to see just one simple custom value, which shows the company name. And so those 3 things are going to make your A2P submission way easier. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do it. So basically, the first step here is we are going to need to add a compliant privacy policy to your website. So if we go over into the actual snapshot, you're going to see our funnel here, which is provided in the snapshot. And basically what we're going to do is we are going to click on, the actual funnel itself. Now, the first step to, making this funnel live is you need to actually select a domain here. And you can point your domain from GoDaddy or Namecheap or any other domain provider that you have. So when we click on Add Edit Domains, we're going to type in Add Domain, and we're going to type test because that is the name that I'm putting here. And then you're going to just put the rest of the domain here. So it's going to be test dot and then your actual domain here, and you're going to click continue. Now, this is not going to it may open up GoDaddy itself. They've changed this a little bit. So you can just click on Authorize Domain and click Connect, okay? And now everything's connected, okay? So if we wait a second here, you're not gonna wanna refresh anything here. Just let it authorize, and basically it's gonna just show you a success message. So once you've done that, it's gonna take a second here to load, and you're gonna be able to use that actual domain inside of the funnel. So give it a second here, and I may just pause. All right, so it says domain is successfully added. So now what we're going to do is click on the A2P compliant funnel, and the default step is just going to be step number 1 called survey page. And now we're just going to simply link the domain to the actual funnel, okay? So now that we have an actual live domain to the A2P compliant funnel, we can basically set up the rest of the funnel. So when we click on view page, you can see here, it may take a second to load since it just started pointing the domain, but there it is. So this actual domain is now a live website, and now we can start the rest of the process. So we've pointed our domain, and now we have to add a compliant privacy policy to our website, okay? So before we do that though, we need to add in our custom value. And so basically, our custom value is going to be the company name. And so the company name is your official either, LLC or, S corporation that your business is registered as with your state or whatever state your business is in. So what you're going to do is go to your custom values, and you're going to click on edit custom value, and you're going to type your official company name. So if your official company name registered with the state is ABC Cash Offers LLC, you're going to want to type that exactly, okay? So when you click on update, that's going to take a second, and what that's going to do is update our privacy policy and our terms and conditions page within the funnel with your actual company name. So we can see here, I'll show you how to do all this, but basically all this stuff is already linked here just by updating the custom value. So now everything is compliant when it comes to the actual privacy policy, and same logic with the terms and conditions. So now everything is, your actual company name is linked throughout this entire policy. So that is now done. But before we, say that this is complete, what I found, and I don't have any actual information from, whoever's controlling A2P, but what I found. Hey, this is Quinn here. Thanks for watching one of my videos here on YouTube. You're probably watching me do a training right here. This is just a quick announcement here that if you are looking for GoHighLevel snapshots or a free trial to GoHighLevel, or maybe you're an investor looking for off-market deals, all of the resources are linked down below in this video, so you can check out some of my products or ways that we can partner up and help you grow your business. So I'll see you in the rest of the video. Works best is to actually, in the funnel that you're going to drive traffic to, is have two hyperlinked pages, one linked to the privacy policy and one linked to the terms and conditions. And my thought process behind it is that if they are using automation to approve, the A2P, which they most likely are, they want to find an easy hyperlinked way to basically view the policy to make sure that it's, viewable to the consumer. So I'm going to show you how to edit these two and make sure that these are linked to the new privacy policy and terms and conditions pages that were just generated. So we're going to go into the survey page here. And before I do that, I'm going to just open up this domain here because I'm going to need this domain. And I'm going to open up this domain here because we're going to need this domain as well. And I can close out these other tabs so that they're not distracting us. So we're going to go back to the survey page and we're going to click on edit. All right. And now what we're going to do is we'll fix this later. But for now, we're going to highlight this privacy policy. So in the snapshot, this is already going to be linked there, but you're going to need to change this to your actual company's domain to make sure that it gets approved. So you're just going to highlight privacy policy and you're going to click on this hyperlink, and there's already a preset URL there that just links to the actual preview page, but we need the actual domain. So since this is the privacy policy here, we're going to go to our privacy policy and we're going to copy this actual domain, and we're going to just simply paste it into, this URL box. And we're going to leave open link in new window and include no follow and hyperlink, and we're going to save that. So we're going to save that first, and then we're going to save this over here as well. And you're going to see a message that says you have made changes to a global section, which can affect other pages. Are you sure you want to save this page? So we're going to click OK. And basically what that is this section here is a global section within the entire funnel. So anytime you make a change here, it's going to change the footer on the entire funnel. And what's beneficial about that is you don't have to go into every step of the funnel and make the change. You can just change it here once and it's going to be done. So we've changed the privacy policy by linking it to the actual domain that has your privacy policy with your company name. So the second step is we're going to go over to the terms and conditions, and we're going to copy this URL now as well. And we're going to go to the terms and conditions hyperlink, and we are going to click on this hyperlink. And this one's going to have a preset URL as well. We'll just delete that, and we will paste in the terms and conditions page as well. So we're going to save that. We're going to save that here, same message, click OK. And now we are going to publish this page here. And we can actually preview this on, let's make sure we preview it on the real URL to make sure that everything is linked properly. So when we preview this URL, we should see, our A2P compliant funnel, and then we're going to see privacy policy. So when we click on that, that's going to take us to our, live domain with our privacy policy and your company information there. And then if we click on the terms and conditions page, we're going to see the same thing for the terms and conditions with your company name. So that is one of the things I've noticed that has made a difference in getting these things approved on the first try, by adding a hyperlink directly to the policy. Okay, so that's basically section 1 and section 2. So we added a compliant privacy policy to your website, which is this right here, by adding first a custom value, which adds your actual company name. And then we added a hyperlink so that, when either the A2P representative or their automation, clicks on this URL, which you'll be submitting later, it just takes them directly to a very clear policy, okay? And then we did that as well for the terms and conditions. So these 2 steps have basically been completed, okay? So now we need to do step 3 or section 3, which is we want to add compliant terms and conditions to our form, okay? So when we load this funnel up, you're going to see we have name. We want to collect their name, their last name, email, and phone. And then we have this terms and conditions checkbox. And in this, terms and conditions checkbox, we have I agree to the terms and conditions and privacy policy. And so we need to basically hyperlink these terms and conditions in the survey as well as the privacy policy. So same exact thing we did here. This is just to ensure that number 1, the privacy policy and terms are clearly displayed and easily available to the consumer, but the consumer is also agreeing to them by checking this box and submitting their information. So I'm going to show you now how to, make a change in this part of the actual survey. So we're going to go back into HighLevel. We're going to go to our surveys, and you're going to see your A2P survey there. And when you, click on this checkbox here, you're going to see the ability to edit the actual form over here. Hold on. So what we're going to do is first, we're going to put in our official company name. Okay. So same exact value that you're going to put in the actual, or that you put in the actual custom values. Okay. So I can just copy this here. The reason that this LLC name is here in the funnel is because I have a custom value in the funnel. So when you put that value in the back end of the system, it's going to update everywhere that the custom value has been placed. So what we're going to do is we're just going to paste that here. So you can see this has been updated, and then we need to put it in here one more time. So we are just going to copy this as well and paste that in here. Okay, and then now I like to save things just in case for some reason it doesn't save the change automatically. I want to save it. So we've got that completed. So now we need to do the same thing by hyperlinking the terms and conditions and the privacy policy. So I can just go back to this, page in the funnel, go to the privacy policy and grab, or I think the first one is the terms. So I'll grab the terms first, copy this here. And what you're going to do is highlight the terms and conditions where it's, exactly where it says terms and conditions. You're going to click on these 3 dots here and click on this link. And now we're going to do the same thing, delete this here and confirm this and save that. So that will have been linked now. And then we're going to do the same thing. Grab the privacy policy and highlight that. And we are going to click on, we're going to click on the hyperlink here as well. And there we go. So we're going to save that and then always double check your work. So if we go back to survey page and we refresh the live domain, we should see 4 compliant links here. So 1, if we click on this link here, we should now be taken to the proper domain, which we are. All your company information is there. So that's complete. And if we click on the privacy policy, should be taken to the proper link as well with all your company information. So that's complete. And then just to double check, we can click on this privacy policy, make sure that loads, click on the terms and conditions down here and make sure that loads. And now you're good to go. Okay, so that's really sections 1 through 3. So we added a compliant privacy policy to the website, which was down here. We added a compliant terms and conditions policy to the website, which is here. And then we also added compliant terms and conditions to the actual form, which is here and here. Okay, so all of that has now been completed. So this is really part 1 to making sure that your actual funnel or website has the information it needs to get approved when you start submitting the next part of this. Okay, so this has been completed. All right, so now we're in the actual now we're moving into the next process of actually submitting your A2P campaign for approval. So we're going to first go into our GoHighLevel business settings. So I can just save this before I exit out and click on back. And now we're going to go to our settings. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fill out this general information here. And basically you're going to fill out the general information, the complete business information, the complete physical business address, and the complete authorized representative. So you're going to fill this out right here. You'll fill this out right here. Make sure that the business phone is your actual phone number if you're the majority owner of the company. And you're going to want to put your website here. And also you can pick your niche here as well. So you're going to fill that out. Then you're going to fill out your business information. So your business type. So if you have a LLC, you can fill this out. If you have a corporation, you can fill this out. And you're just going to go through the process of filling all of this information out. And if you're in the United States, which is where all of my clients are, you're going to, obviously, if you have an LLC or S corporation, you're going to have an EIN. So you'll choose that and you'll fill this out as well. And you'll put the USA and Canada here as well. So you'll fill all of this out, and then you're going to want to make sure that this information is correct. Okay, so this is the physical address of the business, and you're also going to want to make sure that you fill out the authorized representative, which if you are the majority holder of the company, then this is most likely going to be your information here. Okay, so that will complete section 4 here. All right. And then from here, now we're going to go into actually submitting our brand and our campaign to, A2P or whoever it's to. So once you fill all that out, you're going to click on your phone numbers here. And you're going to go over here to the Trust Center. So you're going to click on Trust Center. And now we're going to start the process of registering your information. So you're going to click Start Registering Now. And this should pull your information from the actual information that was filled out in the business profile. So is the business entity you're registering located in US or Canada? This is going to be yes, obviously. And then make sure that if you are registered with the EIN that you select this as well. So you'll click continue here, and this information should automatically populate from the business profile that you filled out right before this. So all this should be here. If it's not, like it says here, enter the exact business name as registered with the government. Okay, so you're going to type that there. Same process here. This is basically the same information that we filled out before, and it's not going to let me move on if I don't choose this. So you'll fill all this stuff out, and basically you'll move into the next step. So I'm going to put in some test information here and just move to the next step so I can show you, how to complete the rest of it. All right, so once you fill that information out, you're going to be taken to the next step, which is the brand details and the business brand type. And for all of the submissions I've done, I have chosen the low volume standard. And so you choose this and basically click on I acknowledge, and they charge you $20 every time that you actually submit this. This is why it's really important to get it submitted properly the first time, because I've seen people, I've had to help some people where they've submitted their A2P 4 or 5 times, and you get charged $20 every single time, and it still isn't approved. So once you click this, you click on continue, and then that's going to open up the campaign details. Now, I'm not going to, click on this because this is just a test snapshot, but I have all of the exact questions that it asks in the next part of, the process. So basically, you're going to see just a few more fields that you're going to have to fill in. And like I said, you'll be able to get this document free down below. So, you can just refer to this while you go through the next step. And this is what I use when, I enroll, like when I enrolled those clients, this is exact copy and paste what I submitted. And this is what's getting people approved. So the first thing you're going to see is campaign details. And what I've actually found is there's something called mixed use, and it should be the one that's recommended. And I found that one is just using what's recommended ended up working better. So you should see an option that says mixed use recommended, something like that. Now, when you click on the next part of it, you're going to see campaign use case description. So you can copy and paste this message exactly into that and paste it into the this campaign use case description. And then you're going to move on to the next part, which is going to ask you for a sample message, and it must include your business name. So right here, you can copy and paste this exact message as well, except what you're going to want to do is wherever it says company name, this needs to be the exact company name that your business is registered as with the government. So based on, this kind of test company here, it's going to be this exact name. Okay, so this should be throughout the funnel, right? All the terms and conditions, the privacy policy, and then whenever you're submitting this information, it needs to be exactly like that. That's how you're going to get it approved. So this one is completed. And then sample message 2, same thing. Hey, Brian, this is Jane from company name. So we are going to paste that in here. And this message is working great, so you can copy and paste that. Now, here's where our website comes into play. So the next section is going to be called end user consent. And so it says, how do end users consent to receive messages? So end users opt in by visiting, and then this is where you're going to input the value for page 1 of the actual funnel. Okay. So this is going to be, this exact URL here, and we're going to paste that in here. Okay. And that's going to be when they see this submission, they're going to see this exact, they're going to go right to this page. They're going to see the compliant form and all the links down here, and everything's going to be compliant. So you're going to put that into here, and you can leave this message just like that once you put in your domain. The opt-in keyword should automatically populate and say start, subscribe, or something similar. If it doesn't, you can just copy and paste those. And then the last part here is our opt-in message. Okay. And it says you have successfully opted in to receive notification and promotional SMS from company name. So we are going to copy and paste this exact name here. And please reply stop if you need to opt out in the future. Now, before you submit this, this A2P brand and campaign, you're going to want to make sure that your funnel, right? Because this is just a templated funnel. You're going to want to make sure that this funnel, represents what your, actual offer is, and your actual, the actual offer that you're advertising. So, if you run a solar business, you can say, get a free solar quote, and you can just put something simple like fill out your information to get a free solar quote, and you can just save that and then publish it. And then when you refresh here, you're just going to make sure that was that change was made. So before you submit it, just make sure that this accurately represents what you're advertising, or if you're doing this for clients, what you're advertising to your clients. And if you already have a funnel or something like that, you can make these changes to your existing funnel, like adding the terms and conditions to the form and hyperlinking this. Okay. So from there, you're going to be good to go with submitting it. So once you complete that, your funnel accurately represents what you're advertising. This looks good. You can double check it before you submit. Make sure this is good, and make sure this is good. And those two things are good. And we go to privacy policy. This is also good as well. And terms and condition. This is also good as well. Okay. So before you submit it, just double check everything, make sure everything looks good, and then you can submit it. Okay. And once you submit it, you should get an email. You may see a little error message if you don't have a phone number or something like that. It's not a big deal. It should go away. I had that happen a few times, and it just, sometimes if there's not a phone number linked to the actual HighLevel account, it'll just, show a quick error. But once you get approved, you can purchase a phone number in this account, or if you already have one, when you click on phone numbers, you're going to see a number here, and then there'll be 3 little dots here, and you can just click link to A2P, and that'll be good to go. And then lastly, once the brand has been submitted and the campaign has been submitted, the last 2 things you're going to want to do are this shaken/stir, and it's a cost-free feature, and it just basically verifies your caller ID. So this should be approved pretty much instantly if you have an actual LLC or corporation. So to start this registration, you'll basically, it's taking me to the rest of the A2P since, you know, I didn't actually submit it here. But what you'll do here is it's just going to be one simple little box, and you'll just paste your LLC name exactly there. And then on section 7, so you'll submit that. This one should get approved pretty much instantly, like I said, if you're a registered company. And then from here, you'll go to CNAM/voice. And then basically what you're going to do is click Start Registration, and it's just going to be the same thing, just one simple box. And from here, the only thing you may have to do is there's a character limit. So let's just say your company name was, you know, ABC Cash Offers LLC. What you may need to do is delete some spaces here, and it may not let you put all of these titles. So you can just delete the LLC or condense the name without spaces to make sure that you have, you know, you're in the character limit. And this should get approved instantly as well. So I wanted to make this quick video to help you guys in 2024. This should get approved. Like I said, I had a bunch of people I just approved, and I've got this thing pretty dialed in now. So you should all get approved as long as you're, I mean, this is for the people I'm approving are in the United States with registered corporations or LLCs. So, you know, if you're not registered as a business or you're in another country, you know, I'm not experienced enough to know what you need to do. But if you're in the US, you have an actual company and you've had some difficulties, this should get you approved pretty fast. And so, yeah, I just wanted to make this video to help you guys in 2024. These are the little things that you just have to do now. And so I wanted to, you know, give you guys an updated tutorial on, you know, how you guys can do this and make sure you get approved fast. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video, and I'll talk to you then. All right, peace.